When you stop chasing him, something begins to shift, not just in his behavior, but in his mind, his emotions, even his unconscious. He feels it first as confusion, then as curiosity, and finally, as longing. Today, we are diving deep into what actually happens psychologically when you stop pursuing someone, through the eyes of Carl Jung, Freud, and modern relationship research. Stay with me, because once you understand this, you'll never chase love the same way again. The psychological background. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist not only persists, but grows in size." In relationships, chasing creates resistance. The more you pursue, the more the other person's psyche instinctively pulls away. Freud called this dynamic the push and pull of desire, our unconscious drive to seek what feels scarce. When something or someone is always available, the unconscious stops registering it as valuable. Modern attachment theory echoes this. When one partner anxiously reaches out for closeness, the avoidant partner instinctively retreats to regain a sense of control. So, when you finally stop chasing, you're not being cold, you're rebalancing the psychological field between you. The power of absence. Jung spoke about the shadow, the hidden part of the psyche that holds what we ignore or suppress. When you step back, your absence becomes a mirror for his shadow. Suddenly, he feels the emptiness he once denied. Your silence triggers his projection mechanism. He starts to imagine what you're thinking, what you might be feeling, and whether someone else now occupies the space he took for granted. This isn't manipulation, it's psychic equilibrium. Every system, even emotional ones, seeks balance. When you remove your energy, his mind begins working to fill that vacuum, often by seeking you again. The law of psychological reciprocity. According to behavioral psychology, reciprocity governs human connection. When you chase, he subconsciously assigns himself the higher value, the pursued. But the moment you stop, the polarity reverses. He begins to feel the loss of validation. Jung would describe this as a movement from ego dominance to soul awareness. He's forced to confront his deeper emotions rather than hide behind control. He starts replaying memories, moments, small gestures, trying to understand why your energy feels missing. That's the awakening, the realization that connection is not guaranteed. The neuroscience of desire. Neuroscientists have found that dopamine, the wanting chemical, spikes in the presence of uncertainty. When you're always available, his brain's reward system stabilizes. But when you withdraw, unpredictability returns, and dopamine rises again. This is why absence often rekindles desire. It's not magic, it's neuropsychology. As Jung would phrase it, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Your step back allows that transformation to begin. The feminine principle and energy shift. In Jungian psychology, the anima, feminine energy, and animus, masculine energy, live within every person. When you chase, you step into animus, active, outward, logical energy. When you retreat into calm self-possession, you return to anima, magnetic, intuitive, receptive energy. That's the moment he feels drawn back. Not because you're playing games, but because your energy has returned to its natural polarity. He senses the mystery again. The story isn't over. It's being rewritten from a deeper level of consciousness. The lesson of individuation. Ultimately, Jung's core idea was individuation, becoming whole within yourself. When you stop chasing, you're no longer seeking completion through another person. You become the source of your own validation. Paradoxically, that's what makes you irresistible. You're whole, not needy. Complete, not clinging. He feels that shift on an unconscious level, and his psyche is drawn to it like gravity. So the next time you feel the urge to chase, let silence do its work. Because in that space, both of you meet your shadows. And that's where real love begins. Not in pursuit, but in presence. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more psychology-based insights on love, attachment, and inner growth. Until next time.